business community urged to prepare for opportunities from the Carnival cruise port. Also, president of the TUC accusing a company in the industrial park of changing the terms and conditions on employees. And cab drivers say it is time for a raise. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Shoshana Wolf-Farkas, and as always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping the news this evening, the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce president shedding light on the upcoming visit of Carnival cruise executives and the business community meetings that are planned. He is encouraging Grand Bahamians to seize the opportunity. Azure Quant leads us off tonight.
The initial phase of the Carnival cruise port is set to commence in September. Executives from the corporation are expected on the island in the coming days to inform local businesses on how they can become vendors in the $200 million project. President at the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce, James Carey, says that this is great news for Grand Bahama. The chamber, according to President Carey, is not formally a part of this project. However, he says they are a part of the process, motivating Grand Bahamians to apply and look at opportunities for a possible career path.
Carnival, while they have not necessarily published the types of jobs that will be available, we can imagine there will be a number of jobs not on the high end, but hopefully there will be a fair number of those as well. But they all contribute to this process and sustain Grand Bahama. As we know, a lot of our population drifted after Hurricane Dorian, and it'd be good to see our population come back.
The chamber leader says he hopes this project will help to build the economy and the island's population as well. He says he hopes the population will increase to pre-Dorian level.
Every business that comes to Grand Bahama offers some job opportunities. We just need to be prepared to embrace it and not just look at these opportunities as a paycheck. Persons applying for jobs, they need to see if it's a good fit for them. So they're encouraged to participate because it will bode well for us in the long run. It's just another piece of the puzzle that's being put in place for Grand Bahama to return to normal.
According to Carey, everyone will not be employed. However, he is encouraging Grand Bahamians to seize the opportunity, as there is always an unemployment factor, not only in the Bahamas, but throughout the world.
This is not the time to give up. This is a time to hone our skills, polish our approach. And I'm hoping that during these off periods, persons would have taken advantage of increasing their personal value to the job market, and therefore now we're ready to embrace any opportunity that comes.
The Grand Bahama Cruise Port is extending an invitation to the upcoming Carnival Cruise Line Business Community Meeting Thursday, July 28th and Friday, July 29th at the Grand Lucine Hotel and Resort. Registration is required for each session, and you can register at carnivalgrandport.com. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Azure Quant.
Tonight, the Grand Bahama Taxi Union is also lending their voice to the public transportation conversation. Union President Harold Curry says a rate is also needed. He contends that it is hard to make ends meet under the current economic climate.
If you go to the food store, you notice that you can't get a dozen eggs for less than $5.50. You go for a gallon of milk, it's almost $8 a gallon. And now for the past 3 months, we already went up on gasoline, like 3 times. We almost $7 per gallon for gasoline. And the taxi fare ain't going up nowhere. And we're going through some hard challenges. When you go out there and make a $30 job for the day and you put in $60 gas, you ain't making no profit. I mean, you ain't taking home nothing for your family. So we need increase desperately as well. But we don't want to put no strain on the government per se. But this ain't nothing that we want, that's something that we need because of the economic challenges that we're going through today in this country.
Now, detailing the normal day-to-day schedule of taxi drivers, he assures that the rate increase would go a long way with assisting their everyday life. The taxi union remains hopeful that something will be done to help more in the public transportation system.
The meter rate, which is the government-regulated rate from the Port Lucaya area to the pier, would be like $30 for 2 persons. And the group rate would be like $7 each way. If you're going to take a cab, let's say from the harbor to the Port Lucaya area, that's about 12 miles. So you go to Tino Beach, 15 miles. So that's 15 miles going, 15 miles going back. So you can imagine you burning, you going 30 miles and you $7 per gallon. That's a lot of fuel. When we calculate at the end of the day, and we see we are paying out more than we're making, and then we have no other choice but to put the strain. But we don't want to do it. But then when we get hurt and we can't do better, then we have to ask for help some way or the other.
Cab drivers want more cash, but there is a bigger debate about a possible cashless society. While residents have expressed mixed emotions about this possibility, tonight the president of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce is examining the issue. Our Aja Quant takes a look at this story.
The world is going to become cashless in time.
According to researchers, many financial experts around the world are predicting the death of cash, as contactless cards, mobile payment platforms, and open banking drive faster development of digital payment options. The need to carry cash is significantly diminished. James Carey, president of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce, says the Bahamas will eventually have to follow the world, adding that the thought of a cashless society can be beneficial and used as a safety mechanism. He adds that it is convenient, and although some businesses on the island are not cashless, they are equipped to do so.
Time has come, and Grand Bahama should not and will not be left behind. It is just a transition, like with all things. I remember, and it wasn't too many years ago that the cell phones were introduced, and there were a handful of people walking around with these huge phones. But now you can hardly find anybody who is not technologically equipped with a cell phone and know how to use some aspects of it.
Carey says he has yet to see financial institutions pushing the cashless concept, but he knows that banks are competitive and that the monthly fees are not as high as businesses may think.
I was being told very recently that there's one bank, and I really don't know the rates of the others, but the manager of this bank was telling me that their fee is but $10 a month for a business to have a card machine for a small business. So that should not be the issue.
The Chamber of Commerce president notes that the key to businesses becoming more digitally advanced is having someone who is technology inclined on staff, making the journey to utilizing card machines more accessible. He also uses airlines as a prime example to what a cashless business looks like.
They've gone cashless. If you don't have a card, you're not going to fly and you're not going to pay for any incidentals that may arise. I think it's just a transition. Any number of businesses, you save time by not having to stand in line. You may not have a computer, but with a cell phone, any smartphone can do the job for you.
Carey indicates that the Chamber will support and encourage businesses to move into the cashless direction, adding that they will be hosting a small business program to provide support, assistance, and instructions for owners in the near future. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Aja Quant.
Now to news from the Labor Front. President of the Trade Union in Congress taking a company in Grand Bahama's Industrial Park to task for changing the terms and conditions of employment for its employees, which he says is against the law. Jolanda Thompson picks up this story.
Attorney Obi Ferguson says he is concerned that the rights of workers are being violated. According to Ferguson, Pharmacam Technologies had a contract in place for a 40-hour work week, that is 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, but the pharmaceutical company recently created a new contract implementing a 12-hour shift. It is alleged that the employees who did not sign the new contract were terminated. The TUC leader says that this is illegal.
The law provides for changes, but there must be consultation between the employer and the worker. You can't have someone work for you for 18 years on a particular shift stipulated in a contract, and you wake up the following morning and you're told that your hours are now changed from 8 to 12, and if you fail to accept that, you have in effect repudiated your contract of employment. I'm the attorney in this particular matter, and I'm making all effort to have a meeting with this company to let them know that, the Bahamas is still a country of law and order. Irrespective of your size and who you are, you're bound by laws. And the law is very clear in this regard.
Attorney Obi Ferguson says that there is a process that must be followed, and that is all the employees are requesting. He notes that they are also asking for the company to reinstate persons who were terminated.
You have certain specific family matters that are in place. Mm-hmm. So you can't just wake up tomorrow morning and change it. Not that you ought not be allowed to do it, but there is a process that must be followed. And that is precisely what we will be asking them to do. And whoever they terminated, we're asking them to reinstate them because the termination is not only wrongful, but it is also unfair.
We contacted Director of Labor Robert Farquharson, who says there is an issue of concern with the new shift system at Pharmacam.
The Department of Labor would have received some telephone calls from a number of employees employed by Pharmacam in Grand Bahama. As a result of those complaints, our rapid response protocol was initiated, and the Assistant Director of Labor, Ms. Bonnie Johnson, assigned our Chief Inspector, Vaughn Bullitt, to conduct an investigation. As a result of that investigation, Mr. Bullitt has confirmed that a number of concerns were being raised as relates to unilateral variation of terms and conditions of employment of employees at the company. Now, that's a principle that they should not allow to do it unless they have the permission of the employees. And that's what Mr. Ferguson and his team will articulate through the Trade Dispute Resolution Protocol.
ZNS News reached out to officials at Pharmacam, but they did not offer a comment except to say they did nothing wrong. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson.
Well, a resident of Abaco robbed at gunpoint 1 o'clock this morning while at an ATM at a bank in Marsh Harbor. Police reports indicate that the victim was approached by a dark male wearing dark clothing and a gray shirt over his face who pulled out a gun and demanded cash. Now, the culprit left without cash but made off in the victim's 2010 black Mercedes-Benz valued at $30,000. The search for the suspect continues tonight. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
Come on down to Dolly Madison and get your hurricane supplies before it's too late. Don't let supply chain issues cause you to miss out on hurricane supplies you need. Come on down now. Pizza Pizza Hut Freeport is bringing you savings this summer. Order a large one-topping pizza with a 2-liter Coke, along with our newest dessert, the pineapple tart, for just $22.50, VAT inclusive. A delicious pizza, 2-liter Coke, and a pineapple tart to satisfy your sweet tooth. Available for carry-out, delivery, and curbside to go at our fabulous Pizza Hut restaurant downtown Freeport, 352-9191. Pizza Hut Freeport, for the love of pizza.
Island Bedding is the Bahamas' leading manufacturer in mattress sets. But did you know we also carry top quality products like pillows, comforters, sheets, and much more. Our furniture line is also expanding to meet the needs of those rebuilding. We have bedroom sets, sofa beds, recliners, accent pieces, and so much more. Come and experience Island Bedding today, where everybody deserves their own island.
No Holds Bar presents Rake and Scrape Reloaded Part 5 with Bahamian songbird Matisse and the infamous Gino D. It all goes down Saturday, July 23rd at 7 o'clock p.m. at No Holds Bar and Lounge, Settlers Way.
DW's is a salon for women that are very interested in having their hair cared for. We cater to hair care specifically, and we do a lot of coloring services. We do relaxers, haircuts, and like I said, hair care is most important to us. I think I'm known for giving exciting colors and for taking very good care of women's hair. A lot of times women go and they have certain services done like braiding and weaving, and a lot of times that contributes to breakage. That would cause them to have to come in to get special treatments done to try to restore the hair. We also offer color services. We use Redken colors, matrix, and rust colors on our clients, and we use a lot of the professional products to make sure that we give optimum care. Our telephone numbers are 352-5933, or my cell is 357-5333.
We sit and we teach and we model biblical truths. That's our role. Our role is to teach and to model, and we're still doing that.
As a nation, from a nation standpoint, we're able to chart our own course and to determine our own future.
I feel like we need to make the love of Christ come alive in our homes, in our communities.
I'm Raven Davis, inviting you to tune in to a 3-part series on Bahamian independence, a religious perspective, starting Monday, July 25th, right here on the ZNS Network.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. A big registration drive is currently underway on Grand Bahama. Launched in East Grand Bahama on Monday, the drive aims to register all disabled persons on the island. With 2 more districts set to begin soon, officials are urging the disabled community to show up and be counted. Shane Stubbs has more in this report.
Aiming to find a means to help those with disabilities, the ongoing Persons with Disability Registration Drive is off to a good start. With a fair amount of registrants showing up in East Grand Bahama, Chief Welfare Officer at the Department of Social Services, Brenna May Roll Cooper, hopes more citizens show up in the coming weeks.
We had about 20 persons who came to the center that on those 2 days who were registered. So we think that is a great number for East Grand Bahama. A great number. So, and we were able to make contact with a few persons who were not able to make it to the center, and we did their interviews over the phone. That's an opportunity for persons to share other concerns that they have, and we welcome that. That's why we encourage persons to come out who are able to, because we do know that there are some persons who are homebound. So if you're able to come out, and so we can talk, because there are some things that we, obviously the form don't ask for, but we just want to have a dialogue with you to find out how else the Department of Social Services and the National Commission for Persons Living with Disability can assist.
For those homebound, Cooper says that a representative can go out and fill out the form, or they can request a home visit once the department is notified that the potential registrant cannot make it out. Cooper also explains the importance of the disability register and shares some incentive for those eligible to head out and register.
We encourage Grand Bahama, Central Grand Bahama, West Grand Bahama to come out, because you may be the lucky one who's going to receive a $50 food voucher from Sawyer's Food Market, courtesy of the National Commission for Persons Living with Disability. It is to create a database, an updated database of who are the persons here on Grand Bahama living with disability. We make certain assumptions that we should not, but we want the information to be recorded. So when there are policies, procedures, legislations relative to this sensitive community, we know who these persons are. We hope that this will be the foundation for a lot of the other things that is to come for this particular population.
The next slate of registration will take place in Freeport on July 25th and 29th at the St. George's Gym, starting at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and will shift to West Grand Bahama at the 8 Mile Rock Gym from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on August 2nd and 5th. Now, Cooper assured that once the drive is completed, the process will be ongoing for disabled citizens to be registered. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Thanks, Shane. And that's a look at stories making news. Jay Philippe is up next with sports.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe and welcome to Sports. Well, Shawnee Miller-Weibo had a pretty impressive showing in the women's 400-meter semifinals. Also, Dari Grant making a name for himself in the Sunshine State. But let's begin with Legacy Baseball.
Legacy Baseball had a season to be proud of, and they celebrated that success at their closing out ceremony.
I would like to say thank you to, first of all, the parents for working with us and bringing the kids out and coming here on the afternoons when you have to practice late and you're ready to go, but the kids are not ready to go. I'd like to say thank you to the coaches. Baseball is really on the move. We are in the majors. We have a lot of kids that started here in Legacy, are up there at the pro level, and we want to continue that trend.
Second Vice President for the Bahamas Baseball Association, Joseph Moss, and Deputy Director of Sports for the Northern Bahamas, Norris Bain, offered their congratulations.
In light of coming off the COVID situation, it's good to know that we was able to get the season finally started. We'd like to congratulate you all for a season well played coming off the pandemic.
We owe great gratitude, a great debt of gratitude to parents and also to the executive of baseball, in particular, all of the baseball organizations here in the Bahamas, and Legacy falls into that category.
For their efforts, coaches and sponsors were recognized by the executive body. Now the day wrapped up with a few games, including the parents taking on the kids for bragging rights. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Sticking with baseball, on the pro level, second-year player Dari Grant went through his first spring training. The 18-year-old infielder is now playing in the Florida Complex League in West Palm Beach. In his rookie season, he was assigned to the Dominican Summer League with the DSL Carnival Blue, where he finished with a batting average of .220 with 22 hits, 1 home run, 6 RBIs, and 7 stolen bases. And finally in sports, the Golden Girls, Shawnee Miller-Weibo, ran a season's best time to advance to the finals in the women's 400 at the World Track and Field Championships. Miller-Weibo ran 49.55 seconds to win the first of 3 semifinals at the Haywood Field in Eugene, Oregon. Jamaica's Candace McLeod, who came through for second in her season's best time of 50.05 seconds, and Poland was third in a time of 50.65 to advance as the 8th qualifier for the finals. And that's a quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. Be blessed.
For designer shoes, sandals, accessories, and handbags, visit Steppin' Out, now at 2 locations, Old Sam's Plaza, Freeport, and Top of the Hill, Mackey Street, Nassau. Steppin' Out, when you want to put your best foot forward.
Summer's here and we all love it for our freedom, but our parents dread it. While we're home all day and up all night, which means the power bill goes up. But did you know we can help them? Yes, we want snacks. Stay up on our tablets and aimlessly open the fridge, but it all includes energy. That's why GB Power would like to welcome you to Conservation Corner, where conserving energy is cool. If you want to be a part of GBPC's Conservation Corner this summer, ask your parent or guardian to visit the GB Power Smart Home located in the Region Center to collect an activity book that will help you learn how to save. I hope you can join me this summer as we have fun helping our parents save.
Third Dimension on Yellow Pine Street introduces its new home improvement center. Step into our brand new, fully stocked showroom for the latest in doors, tiles, housewares, kitchenwares, bathwares, vanities, power tools, electrical, and plumbing supplies. So stop by our showroom to view our full range of products or call the Home Advisor hotline at 602-0935 today. We are your home advisors.
Trying to learn, trying to get better. Don't look at us here, buddy being here. Try to learn from the coaches, learn from us.
Grand Bahama, get ready for the 7th annual Buddy Heal Camp and Clinic. Just jump July 27 to July 29, 2022 at Jack Hayward High Gymnasium, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Guest speakers, prizes, and scholarships. There will be giveaways on Saturday, July 30th at the Rock Plaza 8 Mile Rock Shopping Center, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Don't miss it.
Hey, I'm D'Amico Nesbitt, and welcome to Health Bites, where every week we give you a helpful tip to help you on your health and fitness journey. Today, I'm going to give you 3 signs that you need to cleanse or detox. We all know the body cleanses itself, but sometimes if you don't drink enough water or eat enough grains or healthy food, it can be slowed down. 3 signs that you need to detox. Sign number 1 is if you feel lethargic and tired all the time. Sometimes that's the toxins build up. You got a lot of waste inside in your intestines in your body, and your body can't absorb all the nutrients, so you're gonna feel tired. If you feel like that, you might be time for you to get a cleanse or detox. Sign number 2 is bloating. Sometimes you have that bloated feeling in the gut, and you wonder why you're just holding on to this water. That could be a sign that you have a lot of waste build up, but the same thing, you have toxins build up in your body. It's time to flush them out. And sign number 3 is trouble sleeping. Sometimes the same problem, if you have waste buildup and toxins, it can block your melatonin, and which is what helps your body to go to sleep. So when that occurs, it's a good idea to get past that. Thank you for tuning in, and remember we're located in the Raven Mall. We also have locations in Nassau. Stop in and check out any of our cleanse and detox products to help you get rid of that waste.
That's what I told her. Bring the winding thing here. This is Rick and Script, so show me emotion. Hey, wind and go down low.
The King of the North is back. Power 104.5 FM.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Jade, you are our Facebook friend of the day. We say thank you for your support. And Katie and Dudley Spade are celebrating a special anniversary today. We say congratulations and enjoy, guys. And that's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of our entire ZNS News team, I'm Shashina Wolf-Farquharson. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
When a hurricane watch or warning has been issued, it is extremely important to be prepared and know just what to do. Stay informed about the storm's path by listening to the radio or television for hurricane progress reports. Check emergency food and household supplies. Be sure you have extra batteries for flashlights and radios. Bring in outdoor items like lawn furniture and garden tools. Anchor objects that cannot be brought inside. Secure buildings by closing and boarding up windows. Remove outside antennas and satellite dishes. Turn refrigerators and freezers to the coldest settings, opening only when absolutely necessary and closing quickly. Purchase ice and store it in an ice chest. Keep drinking water in clean jugs and bottles. Clean your bathtub with bleach and fill it with water for washing and flushing, not for drinking, making sure to keep the bathroom door closed so that small children cannot access the filled tub. Do not go out to videotape or take photos of the storm. Take pictures from inside where it is safe and dry. There is no harm in being overly cautious where a hurricane is concerned. It is truly better to be safe than sorry. This public service announcement has been brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the National Emergency Management Agency.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the National Report, another charge in the water and sewage fraud fiasco. Optimism following this week's airport sick-out. What's on the table for the new school year? And Shawnee cruises into 400 finals at World Track Championships. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Super Fast Internet for Less. Best rate, no debate. Sign up today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Makush Lopinder. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in. The high-profile fraud case of sitting parliamentarian and former executive chairman of the Water and Sewage Corporation, Adrian Gibson, taking another twist following the arraignment of a fellow accused, Tanya Demerit, who's listed as a director of Elite Maintenance, the company at the center of Gibson's legal woes. Demerit, who was formally charged before Senior Magistrate Carolyn Vogue Evans this afternoon, is accused of offering and conspiring with others to induce a public servant, namely Gibson, to procure and execute capital works contracts for landscaping and maintenance. An audit and subsequent investigation found that Elite was awarded over $100,000 in contracts. Demerit's 16 counts ranging from conspiracy to commit bribery to fraud by false pretenses to money laundering acquisition. The Golden Gates resident pleaded guilty to all. She has, however, entered a plea agreement. As per that deal, Demerit is to give a written statement as to her role in the offenses. And as the director of Elite Maintenance, she must also testify under oath in the Supreme Court. She's also been placed on a 3-year probation. Now, should Demerit fail to be of good behavior, she will be sentenced to 2 years at the Bahamas Department of Corrections. Further, as compensation, she must pay $10,000 to the WSC on or before July 29th. When asked if she was forced, coerced, or made any promise to enter the plea deal, Demerit said she was not. Demerit is represented by attorney David Cash. Crossing over to other news this evening, new information surfacing about yesterday's oil spill on Exuma. The backstory, a delivery of some 115,000 gallons of diesel was en route to a Bahamas power and light station Tuesday evening when during the offloading a leak occurred, spilling an estimated 35,000 gallons of fuel into a nearby bay. Fast forward to today and the investigation continues. Lloyd Allen has more.
This is my constituency, so I want to ensure the people of Exuma that everything is under control.
Exuma's Member of Parliament, Deputy Prime Minister, the Honourable I. Chester Cooper, along with his cabinet colleagues, wasted no time in travelling to that island Wednesday to assess the diesel spill's impact. From the last official report, a primary and secondary containment boom were used to limit impact as a number of pumps assisted in removing the majority of the diesel now slated for processing at a Clifton Pier site. Public Works Minister, the Honorable Alfred Sayers, also explained the cause of the leak and the nature of diesel when interacting with water.
There was a breach in the hose running from the supply ship. We must observe that it is a light form of fuel. Therefore, it stays on the top of the water and is unlikely to impact any surrounding coral and can be more easily removed.
That ship, the Arabian, on Wednesday was still in the harbor. Now, scientifically, there are two methods of removing diesel from water: biocide and through using coalescent filters. The first is effective, but can be harmful to humans, especially pregnant women. Officials have confirmed the latter as part of this recent cleanup. BPL CEO Siobhan Cambridge confirming to our news team that while members of his team assisted with cleanup, the fuel in question was en route to BPL and not its property. The diesel's contents were being transported by the Arabian MT, operated by Bahamian company D&T Shipping.
The ship was not contracted by BPL. It was contracted by Sun Oil, the supplier of oil and fuel to BPL.
As for that investigation and possible penalties, Transport Minister, the Honorable JoBeth Colby Davis, explains.
That matter would be dealt with in partnership with the Ministry of Environment and also the Office of the Attorney General. And once that's confirmed, the report, who the immediate party that's responsible for the spill, then other penalties will come, and that will be decided by Ministry of Environment, Department of Environmental Planning and Protection, and obviously guided by the Office of the Attorney General.
Reporters fielded several questions as to what led to this latest incident. However, Environment Minister, the Honorable Vaughn Miller, verifies his team remains on high alert.
We're leaving our public analyst here. What we intend to do is to make an assessment of similar sites and then to make our recommendations.
However, DPM Cooper says his team will provide support at every level and ensure to get to the bottom of this matter.
I don't want to speculate. This is a matter under investigation. We're going to investigate it thoroughly.
Meantime, Sun Oil's Managing Director and General Manager Clinton Rolls stated in a release, the protection of our environment remains critical to our organization. We have initiated our crisis management team and operations to effectively manage this unfortunate situation. Now, he went on to say, additionally, we are working in partnership with Bahamas government officials and agencies to professionally manage this situation. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
In labor news, President of the Bahamas Public Service Union, Kingsley Ferguson, pretty optimistic about finally concluding negotiations for a long-expired industrial agreement. This after labor unrest at the start of the week left authorities with little choice but to shift into second gear. Cleopatra Murphy has the details.
The Bahamas Public Service Union is back at the table and once again negotiating after the Supreme Court ordered Airport Authority employees who participated in an illegal stickout on Monday back to work. Union President Kingsley Ferguson says the BPSU has since received a letter of commitment from the Airport Authority, indicating that it will pay outstanding monies owed to Family Island employees while progress is being made on other fronts.
We also have a commitment from the Prime Minister to meet with him to get the remainder of the outstanding issues regarding the Airport Authority and the PHA and the General Public Service sorted out sometime this weekend. And so we are indeed excited about that. And we hope to work with the government of the Bahamas to move this country forward in these challenging times.
90% of the Airport Authority staff on New Providence and 107 employees at 17 Family Island airports called in sick Monday, leading to long lines and flight delays at the Lynden Pindling International Airport. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable Chester Cooper, called the actions damaging to the country's tourism sector. Ferguson says the impetus for the act was Airport Authority officials not paying funds Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis already had earmarked for staff.
So I'm hopeful that there's some sort of inquiry into why the funding was used otherwise. But we're satisfied that it's going to be addressed along with all the other issues, such as the industrial agreement for the Airport Authority since 2015, which had to be redated again, which, if it wasn't signed, it would have expired sometime in September of 2023. And so
the union president says Airport Authority staff have not received a raise since 2015. As for disruptions caused by the industrial action, Ferguson says unions are not unreasonable.
The union, after having exhausted all the avenues and after having discussion upon discussion and reaching an impasse, in order to get their voices heard, sometimes these particular type of things are actually necessary.
Ferguson now looks forward to getting all issues resolved. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Well, State Minister for the Public Service, the Honorable Pierre Glover Rowe, revealing that starting August, the disabled will be afforded similar opportunities to seek gainful employment. A driving force for this new chapter, the minister's interaction with the team from the CORE project, a community outreach program for persons with disabilities.
We want to make sure we operate in a place of inclusivity and also ensuring that we're giving our persons with disabilities the ability to be empowered. There's been a disservice to them and even a disservice to the public service by not engaging some of the bright minds that happen to have disabilities.
Now, a number of supporters say they look forward to being given a fair try at the Bahamian dream, celebrating their abilities.
I was so excited, and you should have heard some of the people that are, physically challenged, and just the mere fact that they were being talked about and given an opportunity like this is huge.
I wish to be aspect of Bible, that Bible, that Bible.
Customs officer of the Bahamas. At the end of the day, I find that we tend to push more because we have something to prove more.
I'm excited for the program to be launched just for the mere fact of inclusion and making the disabled or the differently able, as we now say it, feel more, I guess, at home and natural in their own home and their own environment and their own society, having the empowerment that they could be independent and be seen as equal.
Meantime, labor officials are gearing up for a series of job fairs, and of course, that's to ensure applicants can tap into the many opportunities expected to open up across the country. Director of Labor Robert Farquharson says fairs will take place on Grand Bahama, Abaco, Eleuthera, Andros, Exuma, and here in New Providence.
The purpose of these job fairs would be to identify job vacancies and to match the job seekers with the job vacancies. We know that we're going to be concentrating in Grand Bahama very, very soon. There is a significant need for employment opportunities in Grand Bahama. We have a large amount of vacancies that is now developing in the construction sector and hospitality sector. And so the Department of Labor will be announcing very, very soon a job fair in Grand Bahama.
The Department of Labor will also host a job fair in southern New Providence.
Thinking about taking it to the highly populated center, which means in the Carmichael Road, that fast-growing population. We have not finalized the details yet, but I can assure you there are job opportunities. And once we finalize the details, we will advise the public where we can ensure that those persons who are seeking a job and those employers who are looking for people to work can come together in one place and improve the opportunities for job seekers to gain employment opportunities here in New Providence.
Still to come, senators sign off on the evidence amendment bill, and COVID infections still double digits strong. We'll be back after the break.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
talk about Bahamians, we talk about a diverse people with very different dreams and goals. What we have in common, what makes us truly Bahamian in our hearts and in our souls, is our love of this beautiful country, our faith in the Almighty God, and our unshakable belief that we are each our brother's keeper. Happy anniversary of independence, Bahamas. From your family at Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
What? Check old girl, boy. You say she getting married? Oh, man, not again.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join this man's BTC home internet with this woman BTC mobile service in holy matrimony. So they'll pay half the price compared to the other guys.
What's wrong with you? Just let them...
Madam, do you have BTC mobile service?
I do.
Sir, do you have BTC home internet to unite with her mobile service?
I do.
Get all the internet you want at half the price when you bundle your home internet and mobile service.
So, what services do you have?
Me? I have BTC at home and on my phone.
Visit any BTC store to make the switch today.
Mealtime rules. Don't serve yourself first. Do not eat with your mouth open. Don't rest your elbows on the table. Don't make noise when eating. Does not apply when enjoying KFC buckets. When we bucket together, we are as we really are.
Discover the possibilities.
Discover the possibilities.
Discover the possibilities.
I discovered the possibilities.
I discovered the possibilities.
In news from Parliament, the Evidence Amendment Bill passed in the Senate Wednesday following a full day of debate. Taking the lead for the government, Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Senator the Honourable Ryan Pinder, who used his contribution to question the status of funds raised from international donors following the passage of 2019's Hurricane Dorian.
Where is the $1.77 billion pledged towards the Bahamas recovery in the aftermath of Hurricane Dorian? I state that this was merely a poorly done PR exercise. Why were international NGOs turned away by government agencies? Why was international support stymied for the recovery shortly after the hurricane? Madam President, you cannot do these types of things and effectively recover from a tragedy. I can speak to it firsthand, and specifically to the services of NGOs in the recovery from tragic events such as Hurricane Dorian. See, Madam President, I was on the ground in Abaco within a week after the hurricane, volunteering for BARC.
Leader of Opposition Business in the upper chamber, Senator Darren Henfield, who was on the ground in Abaco in the immediate aftermath of Dorian's destruction, applauded the proposed legislation, which has moved that much closer to becoming law.
There's a lot of trauma still lingering in the midst of us due to this Hurricane Dorian. And we must make a deliberate effort, as I see the minister is doing, and I applaud him for it. I applaud the government for it, because it is the right thing to do. It is a move in the right direction. Doesn't matter how many structures we build back, houses or schools or whatever else, if the minds of our people are not healed, are not treated for the traumatic events. There are children who still hear the rain and wonder if Dorian is back upon us. Right? They're grown individuals who hear a strong wind and thunder and start to have moments of fear.
From the police, a young man's life cut short following gun violence in the inner city early this morning. From all accounts, the 18-year-old was at his Peter Street home after midnight when a gunman showed up and opened fire, shooting the teen multiple times. The hunt's now on for his alleged assailant, who police say was last seen wearing a black ski mask, a black jacket, black jeans, and a pair of black tennis. CMS rushed the victim to hospital where he died. There's now a public appeal for anyone with information on the slaying to call 911, 919, or the nearest police station. Well, as investigations into that matter continue, authorities can probe deeper into the stabbing death of another man here in the capital. This now that a 29-year-old suspect has been arrested and at last report was being questioned in connection with the incident, which police say occurred shortly before 8 this morning in the area of the docking terminal, Paradise Island. Apparently, the two men were in an altercation when one stabbed the other, the incident prompting authorities to reiterate an appeal to the public to resolve issues amicably, stressing the need to remain calm and respectful. Should this fail, walk away and find an independent mediator. Well, we have more for you tonight from the U.S. State Department's 2022 Trafficking in Persons report, which cites that Bahamian authorities provided care, including rent or accommodation, food, travel expenses, stipends, school supplies, and uniforms for 4 victims, namely a Colombian woman, a Bahamian woman, and 2 Bahamian children. Now, outside of the pandemic, the government spent $48,000+ on trafficking victims, care and prevention activities, a noted increase of the $41,351 shelled out during the previous reporting period. As for rent and food assistance, that figure dropped considerably from $47,000 to close to $27,000. Traffickers recruit migrant workers, especially those from Haiti, the Dominican Republic, Jamaica, the People's Republic of China, Cuba, Costa Rica, Colombia, Venezuela, and the United States through false offers of employment. Upon arrival, traffickers subject them to sex trafficking and forced labor. Here in the Bahamas, the profile of prosecuted traffickers has been primarily female in the past 5 years. Well, the highs and lows of the COVID-19 pandemic leaving us with an added 31 cases for July 20th. The latest dashboard showing that 20 of the new infections are on New Providence, 5 on Abaco, 2 on Andros, and 1 each on Grand Bahama, Bimini, and Cat Key, and Eleuthera, with the location of the last pending. Hospitalizations, meantime, increased by 3 overnight to 56, 55 of the sick moderately ill. As for active cases and recoveries, we're at 435 and 46, respectively. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Stay with us.
Life is better with Rubis Rewards. Just fuel up and swipe for your chance to win free fuel, cash back in our stores, restaurant and store discounts from our partners, plus prizes and surprises. It doesn't get better than this. Your Rubis Reward tag is free at every Rubis service station in New Providence. Get yours today. Rubis, it's just better.
My name is Travan Thompson. I'm a blog editor, and I am fully vaccinated. When I hear COVID-19, the first thing that comes to my mind is respiratory illness. And as someone who has asthma, who has a child that has asthma, that is really concerning to me. My breathing has always been iffy in the best of times, so I was really concerned that this was something that was gonna put me in the hospital. The exact moment when I changed my views about getting the COVID-19 vaccine didn't happen until after I'd gotten COVID. I thought I was being really careful, I thought I was sanitizing, I was distancing, but I still got the virus. And so out of an abundance of concern for myself and for my family, I decided that that was probably the best route for me to go down. All of the close friends that I have are now vaccinated because we felt safe going that route and felt like now especially was the best time for that to happen. The time is now.
Time to save with a new perspective, where the focus is on values and principles, and people are just as important as profits, where we believe in democracy and equality, and your vote accounts, where profits are shared with our members, who are also our owners, to ensure that by working together, we all win, where education of our members and training our staff are one of our highest priorities, where we serve our members' needs through continued cooperative initiatives because of our concern for the communities in which we live. Join more than 40,000 Bahamians who have made the smarter choice. Join the movement. Join a credit union. People helping people to help themselves.
Is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 9th Fifth Terrace, Centerville, right in the heart of the medical service epicenter of Nassau, Bahamas.
My name is Nalia Duncan Forbes. I work within the healthcare industry, and I am fully vaccinated. When I hear the word COVID-19, what first comes to mind is global pandemic. I do think my experience with COVID-19 would have been different if I was already vaccinated at the time that I had gotten COVID-19. I had moderate symptoms, and it was not fun. I wouldn't want it again. That was also a big driving factor in me getting vaccinated. Even though I was the one that was sick when I contracted COVID-19, everyone in my family was worried. I don't like putting my family in a position where they are afraid or scared. I definitely got vaccinated for them. Talk to your healthcare providers and get vaccinated. The time is now.
If you like a hearty, meaty burger, the A1 Steakhouse King at Burger King Nassau has it all. With flame-grilled beef, lots of bacon, cheese, and crispy onions on a sesame seed bun, the only thing that can top this is the tangy flavor of A1 steak sauce. The Steakhouse King is a meat lover's dream, and with an ice-cold Pepsi and hot fries, it's all you need to fill your day. Get your A1 Steakhouse King as a combo or part of the new King's Feast, only at Burger King Nassau, where taste is king.
Nearly a decade after the Bahamas high school diploma was implemented, the push continues to ensure all secondary students leave school with at least the minimum standards inclusive of academic, civic, and community requirements. The overall objective to enhance the labor force with trained, skilled, and competent individuals. It's with that very focus in mind that a newly established national commission has been appointed to review the HSD. In announcing the commission members, Education Minister, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, shared her expectations to determine whether the core objectives of the HSD are being achieved and, if necessary, to submit considered recommendations.
This is not an exercise to compromise standards. We're not interested in that. In fact, it is the absolute opposite. The underlying purpose of this commission is to ensure that the prevailing criteria maintains relevancy and are an accurate reflection of student attainment in light of progressive trends and evolving strategies in education, and in consideration of educational research and policy to ensure that our high school diploma reflects true attainment of the students and sets appropriate standards and best practices.
The commission, comprising 24 people from both the public and private sectors of education, veteran educator Cecil Thompson will serve as chair.
I've been retired from the public service since 2013. I retired as the Undersecretary in the Ministry for Grand Bahama. But now that the minister has invited me to serve, I've put on my education cleats again. They fit rather tightly, but in time, I'm sure they will fit more comfortably. I am committed, I am resolved, and I pledge to do my endeavor best in this exercise.
Welcoming the commission, Bahamas Union of Teachers President Belinda Wilson, who serves as a committee member.
When the Bahamas National High School Diploma started, I was a part of that committee. And for the past 10 years, the Bahamas Union of Teachers, we've been writing to educational officials. We've been advocating for changes, and especially in the point that the minister would have spoken about, when students get an F and they're unable to recover that F and be eligible for a diploma. That is definitely a sore point, and it has negatively impacted our graduates. So I am pleased to be a part of this commission, and I hope that the commission do our work swiftly, although comprehensively.
The Bahamas Judicial Education Institute and the University of the Bahamas inking a deal to see to increased education and research opportunities between both organizations. The signing of the Memorandum of Understanding comes as both UB and the Judicial Institute arrive at transformative points in their growth and development. Chief Justice Sir Brian Marie says the 2-year MOU was some months in the making.
The genesis for this project arose out of a conversation which I had with Mrs. Alison Maynard Gibson, the chairman of the University of the Bahamas Board of Trustees. We discussed the concept of a collaboration between the UB and the judiciary and discovered that we shared an interest in this matter.
UB President Dr. Rodney Smith sees the collaborative effort as a critical one as both organizations continue their mandates of nation building.
This will catalyze increased avenues for education, for research, for expanding the base of knowledge and knowledge sharing, and fostering a deeper understanding of some of the most pivotal issues impacting the sustainable development of our country.
All family, friends, and well-wishers bidding a final farewell to a giant in the religious community known for his commitment to Christ. A state-recognized funeral was held today for the late Bishop Albert Hepburn, who touched the lives of all he knew. Aldavis Munnings has the story.
National hero, community builder, and biblical scholar are just some of the accolades bestowed on veteran clergyman, the late Bishop Albert Horatio Hepburn. The state-recognized funeral at United Christ Church honored the legacy of a man who dedicated his entire life to the Lord.
We laid to rest a giant in the faith.
I want him to know that he meant something to us as a country and as a people, as the body of Christ.
But the most important fact about Bishop Albert Horatio Hepburn was that he walked with Christ.
His final instructions to me was not to let the people down. He gave me his blessings and charge and told me to take God with me.
Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honourable Philip Davis, considers Bishop Hepburn a mentor and a father, and reminisced on his final conversation with him several weeks ago that entailed words of wisdom and encouragement.
We exchanged fond and fraternal greetings, reminisced of triumphs and trials, and he gave me his blessings, speaking about his relationship with my father and reminding me of the mandate I have and reminding me that as I travel on this journey, I must not leave God out of whatever I do.
Also remembering his final conversation with Bishop Hepburn was one of his closest friends, Bishop Neil Ellis, who delivered the sermon from the book of John, chapter 19, focusing on Jesus' words on the cross. It is finished.
This is not the end of Albert Hepburn. One day, those of us who are blood-washed will meet together with him again. And what a day that will be. Lead me on my journey through.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Altaviz Munnings.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A friend that you can trust. Family Guardian.
Great July celebrations start with the savings at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Hellman's mayonnaise, 30 ounce, $5.89. Best Value whole kernel corn, 15 ounce, $1.09. Danish spare ribs, $2.59 per pound. Red or green seedless grapes, $2.99 per pound. Fresh pork shoulders, $1.79 per pound. Find your favorites at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
The pandemic has been not so kind to so many people in our community. And when we think about how we fared coming off the pandemic, we're trying to find meaningful ways to continue to give back.
So with the Together platform, it allows people to be able to give back, to make small donation, whether it's $20 or whatever you can give, to be able to give and to help those people who are in need.
Bahamas Welding and Fire is your full-service retail store for a variety of items, including a large selection of appliances. When you walk in the door, we'll be there to guide and assist you with your needs. We carry top-of-the-line outdoor barbecue grills, air conditioners, refrigerators, stoves, generators, industrial hardware, and garden supplies with a wide assortment of tools and accessories. BWF is the leading supplier of welding and cutting safety supplies. If you are looking for a competitive price and products with knowledgeable staff, look no further. Bahamas Welding and Fire is the best choice for the best prices in town. Located number 13 Wilton Street. Open Monday through Saturday. BWF, we're more than just our name. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
going crazy. I just ain't going nowhere. Street side pizza is officially open. I outside waiting till they come back in the morning. I ain't going nowhere. The authentic Italian pizza location. Street side pizza located East Bay Street.
A census determines the total number of people living in a country. Our census is currently being conducted throughout the islands of the Bahamas. I plan to participate. You should too.
We want everybody on every island, regardless of your age or nationality, to be counted.
And if they ain't been to your door yet, they're gonna be there soon. I know we can get counted in this census, so don't let them miss you.
The data collected in the census is used by the government to make all kinds of important decisions for the future of our country. I'll be participating. You should too.
When the census workers were in my area, I had the option whether to do it face-to-face or on my cell phone. I participated. So should you.
The Bahamas National Statistical Institute needs nationwide participation. The census will be conducted until the end of August. Remember, when it's your turn, the count depends on you.
More heads in beds. That's basically what Tourism Investments and Aviation Minister, the Honorable Chester Cooper, is hoping for to boost visitor numbers across the Family Islands.
Vacation rentals business driven by the likes of Airbnb is doing very well. We expect this is going to continue. That's provided some additional capacity for us. But, you know, if we have the room capacity, we'll get the airlift. So build it and they will come.
Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Makisha. We are currently under mostly cloudy conditions with a temperature of 84 degrees. The relative humidity at 74%. Southeast winds at 12 miles per hour. The barometric pressure of 1,018.0 millibars. That's 30.05 inches, and the pressure is rising. Temperatures around the Family Islands this evening. They are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 86 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Grain Toll, Key, and Marsh, Ababaco. The Berry Islands also at 86 degrees. Allenstown, Bimini, 87, 83 in Harbor Island. Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 81 degrees. Black Point, Exuma, and Kemps Bay, St. Andrews, reporting 83s. 86 in Fresh Creek, Central Andros. Otterstown, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rumkey, 84 degrees. 81 in Georgetown, Exuma. Ragged Island, Clownstown, Long Island, Crooked Island at 85, Betsy Bay, Migwana, Acklands, Matthew-Town, Inagua, and the Turks and Caicos Islands, all at 86 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Pink Setter in the Northwestern Islands tonight through Saturday. Southeast wind speeds, they're going to be just around 10 to 15 knots with the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. A low tide takes place at 9:49 tonight, and another low tide at 9:50 tomorrow morning. In the central and southeastern islands through Saturday, east to southeast winds 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet over the ocean, and that means caution flags remain in place for the central and southeastern islands into Saturday. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Where you been, y'all? I've been looking for you, But hey, y'all, where you been, y'all? I've been looking for you. I've been chilling out by the bar last night. This y'all, she was looking nice. She blew my mind right on the side.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
I didn't know I asked to take her home. I said
Scores of New Providence residents answered the call to national service as members of 103 school boards. They were sworn in at a ceremony held at the National Training Agency, Gladstone Road, on May 12, 2022. Keynote speaker, Minister of Education and Technical and Vocational Training, Glenys Hannah Martin, thanked them for valiantly volunteering to assist schools and, most importantly, students.
I'm certain that many of you already have full portfolios, either in your careers or in your personal lives, or perhaps in both. Yet, you are willing to surrender more of your already limited free time in order to serve the wider community. Be assured, the sacrifice will be worth it, for your new status places you in the unique position to actively contribute to the ongoing success of our schools, to the positive well-being of our nation's children, and to the overall progress of our country.
Hannah Martin also stressed that each school board must work in tandem with the school's principal and other stakeholders, including parents, to ensure improved educational outcomes for the nation's 40,000 plus public school students. For Ed Talk, I'm Vaughn Albury.
Want to stay in the know? Subscribe. Text 819-BMOE. That's 819-2663. Remember to like and subscribe to our social media platforms.
I'm Wolf Aubrey, senior instructor at Wolf Kayaking Club, and I am fully vaccinated. When I hear the word COVID-19, well, the first thing that comes to my mind is a bit of fear. I think the number one reason I decided to get vaccinated is so I can feel comfortable with my health. I do have a comorbidity, and I just can't imagine catching COVID-19 while I have high blood pressure. I had to protect myself, I had to protect my family. I would compare getting the vaccination shot to a mild mosquito bite. It really was more or less painless, and the whole procedure of getting it was very easy. Right now, I think the majority of the people in my circle are vaccinated. I would say close to 90%. I would encourage Bahamians to get vaccinated because we are a tourist nation and we are dealing with a lot of foreigners coming into our country. So protect yourself and protect your family.
We elevate, elevate, we elevate, elevate, we elevate, elevate, we elevate, elevate.
We are spending some time highlighting our team members who have given years of exemplary service to our company. They have played pivotal roles in the success of this company and in doing so have become role models for those behind them.
Fiber optics has definitely been the revolutionary technology. I was in the group that did the first set of fibers. That was in 1987. And we were doing small 4-strand fiber cables. Every day is a new challenge. You have to earn your pay every day. In those days, we were trained to be productive. And that has just stuck with me. And, you know, as you climb the ranks, then you have to be an example and you have to encourage others to do the same. BDC, I won't trade BDC for my BDC experience for anything in the world. It's been bread and butter, but more than that, it's been my contribution to society. I'm also involved I'm a technical cadet instructor for BDC. So it's been a revolving experience.
Then, now, and tomorrow, our team members continue to play a pivotal role in all of our successes. These are still the moments that move us. I'm Corval Pyfrom. Be well, and be back here. Next, BTC Connection.
Snack and win with Act 2 popcorn and Crunch and Munch. Buy a 3-pack of Act 2 popcorn and a 10-ounce Crunch and Munch. Then take your receipt to Pritchard's Robinson Road. You could win cash prizes or summer fun experiences. Enter today.
at Solomon's, we're all about family. We believe in quality brands and giving you what you need and more for every occasion. Our store is filled with items for the entire family, celebrating everyday living for you and those you love. Shopping is now more rewarding than ever with My Solomon Smart Rewards. Shop Solomon's because family matters.
You watch them grow and make plans for them even before they're old enough to talk. You spend a lifetime of sacrifice to pave the way for their success and create a tomorrow you too can be proud of. Can you tell who is the investor? At Leno, we believe everyone who has ever put a penny aside for a future dream is an investor. If you're new to investing, Leno's financial experts stand ready to design plans based on your goals. Let's sit down and explore the options one-on-one and see how, together, we can make your dreams come true. Whether considering traditional investments like a new home, car, your own business, security in retirement, or your child's college fund, we take the confusion out of the process and make an investor out of you. Call 396-3225 for an appointment. Leno, your bridge to the future.
Awesomely, this is a beautiful experience. I can't lie. This is my first time doing this sort of charity work, and I mean, it feels good to help out, you know? There's a Can Drive coming up and other initiatives are part of the Giving a Helping Hand campaign, and I encourage anyone that's willing to lend their support in any way, shape, or form to come through and give of your time.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Sports on a Thursday. I'm Charles Fisher. Shawnee Miller Uibo looking pretty good and relaxed in our 400-meter semifinals of the World Athletics Track and Field Championship yesterday evening in Eugene, Oregon. Running out of lane number 6 in the first heat, Shawnee set the tone, coming around, burning as little energy as possible. Her time in this race, 49.55 seconds, and she looks to be in top form as that was a season's best for her and the top time out of the semis. Now the finals will be run on Friday and Shawnee will be in lane number 3. 6 of the 8 athletes in that race will be from the Caribbean and there will be no Americans. Thousands flocking to the big yard for the Orlando's Berry Island Regatta held in Morgan's Bluff. Sailing was in Class C and E only. Top 3 in the E class. Third going to Baintown Woman. Second was Judgment Day. And the winner was Captain Peg, skipped by Joshua Green. Over in Class C, it was Josh again, the captain aboard Dream Girl. Second was King and Knights. And third going to Melva B. Josh happy to come out with the win in both classes.
Well, it ain't easy. It's only true to Most High God who has blessed me with the gift and the skill to be able to perform and to teach those that want to learn to be better than me. Everyone did their best, but the best was me. And the best was me because God has given me a gift to beat anybody. And I'm thankful to him.
Josh also named top skipper and putting the young sailors on notice.
They ain't ready yet until the time has come. Like the book say, there is a time and a season for everything under the sun, but it ain't time yet. And until that, tell them wait on time.
Member of Parliament for North Andros and the Berry Islands, the Honorable Leonardo Lightbourne, enjoying the festivities and glad to see his people doing the same.
We have an amazing turnout here in North Andros and the Berry Islands for this regatta. We've been waiting for a social event such as this to really restore the economy. Events like this are economy building, bring about social family life. So I'm glad that we have the opportunity since the pandemic. The pandemic really has put a struggle and a dent in our community and North Andros and the Berry Islands. So we're really looking forward to such things like this and many more to come.
Commodore Michael Colbrook, short time to get ready, but they pulled it off.
We have had basically 3 weeks to put this regatta together.
The committee came and did a tremendous job over the last 3 weeks. As you know, we have faced the pandemic, so we weren't able to be as active. And I think that we have made significant strides and contribution in making this gathering a successful one. You know, one of the things about Androsnes is that we all come together when we have efforts like this. You will have seen similar results at the Crab Fest. So you have persons from residents from South Andros, Central Andros, and North Andros coming together, show each other their support.
Well, the trash talking has started for the Pastors Against Politicians game to be played at the Michael Scooter Reid Peace on the Streets basketball tournament. Bahamas Christian Council President Bishop Delton Fernando also in the mix.
If you notice the last 2 games, I did not participate, that I really wanted to leave it to those that are more flexible, more moving. But then I heard this younger group of politicians. Really, it's like a David and Goliath type situation. They're talking about their skill. They're talking about they've coached, they've played professionally, and what they can do to the church pastors and that kind of stuff. And, you know, just passing by, you know, and Apostle Reid is so anointed. He just sends me these videos. He just sends me these videos. And I said to him, well, there's a cause. And one more time, I'm willing to suit up to the grace of God. And we're going to make sure that these young sprouts understand. We might can't run with you, but we can handle ourselves in the paint. And we're going to show them that sometimes it's not talk. It is the grace of God on the court that brings victory. We're going to ask all of those that believe in the virtue of prayer to pray for us, and we believe we'll come out victorious.
And that's going to do it for Sports Thursday. I'm Charles Fisher. Thanks for watching, everybody. The finals of the 40 meters comes up on Friday. Shawnee Miller Uibo will be in lane number 3.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
AID has everything you need and more to complement your home's decor. Luxurious bamboo bath towels, face towels from $1.25 and bath towels from $5.45. Shower curtains from $2.54 and organizers in stylish finishes. Bath mat sets from $7.27 in a multitude of styles and colors. Bed sheet sets from $9.95 and 7-piece comforter sets from $49.95. Doormats from $1.93 with matching runners and hundreds of area carpets. Sofa covers from $19.95, plain and crushed sheer curtains from $5.25 and thousands of panels to choose from. Blinds from $7.02 and curtain rods from $2.89. Ceramic and porcelain dishes, tablecloths, napkins, placemats, utensils, and more. A wide selection of drinking glasses, including elegant stemware, candle holders, vases, and crystal. Full-size mirrors, decorative pictures, and picture frames. AID, Wolf Road, and the Mall at Marathon open late and on Sundays to serve your decorating needs. AID, all you really need and more.
When you want to save money on your tile supplies, who you gonna call? The Tile King. When you tile your house and you want to look good, who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Visit the new Tile King showroom, which is internationally recognized as the finest tile showroom in the Caribbean, located in the Builders Mall on Wolf Road.
The Tile King. Who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Tiles on everything.
Buy Chef Boyardee and Libby's Vienna sausages, and you could be one of 7 lucky winners to receive cash prizes up to $1,000. Take your receipts to Pritchard's on Robinson Road and enter today.
We, the Bahamian people, were stagnant, subject to British rule, until one glad day, July 10th, 1973, we were free. Forward, upward, onward, and together, the embodiment of the Bahamas. Black for the backbone, the strength of our people. We never falter nor fail. Gold, the bright beaming sun that shines on our Bahama land, lighting the way. Aquamarine, the bold crystal blue waters envelop this great country and give accent to our rich marine life. With its rich history, the Commonwealth of the Bahamas celebrates 49 years of freedom and liberty. On behalf of the Bahamas Public Parks and Public Beaches Authority, we would like to wish everyone an ecstatic and genuine Independence Day.
Tune in this Sunday at 3:30 p.m. to the ZNS Network for the Episcopal Elevation service of Bishop Trent Elliott Davis. That's this Sunday at 3:30 p.m. on the ZNS Network.
When you've got a problem with auto glass, the Windshield House has the solution. Our technicians will replace your broken glass and have you back on the road in no time. We have a wide selection of windshields to replace your damaged one, and we ship to the Family Islands. With excellent service and prices, we guarantee your satisfaction. The Windshield House and Parts Locator, Abundant Life Road.
Good to grow. Keeping you in the know. Keeping you in the know. God, it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
Over the Independence weekend, various vendors at Porter's Key Dock came together to host a showcase. Their sole goal is to restore Porter's Key Dock to its former glory.
The outcome and the goal from this event is to show that Porter's Key is now unified. Porter's Key stands together, solidarity together, and they are looking forward to revamping, re-energizing, and rebuilding Porter's Key.
This event has been held in years prior, however, has been halted in recent years due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
And this is an event that has not just started today. This is an event that started from 2018 under the formal name of Archie's Conch Cracking Contest. They had an event in 2018, they had an event in 2019, and then 2020-21 was the pandemic year, and now we're back with under a new team, the Extravaganza, Porter's Key Extravaganza.
The hosts of this event are grateful to their sponsors, supporters, and all those who played a part in making the event a success.
This committee is excited to get Porter's Key back up and running, and we want you to know that Porter's Key vendors are now together. They're unified. They're working together in harmony and peace. It's not a two-union thing. It's the vendors thing.
Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Georgie O'Bain.
What? Check old girl, boy. You say she getting married? Oh, man, not again.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join this man's BTC home internet with this woman BTC mobile service in holy matrimony. So they'll pay half the price compared to the other guys.
What's wrong with you? Just let them...
Madam, do you have BTC mobile service?
I do.
Sir, do you have BTC home internet to unite with her mobile service?
I do.
Get all the internet you want at half the price when you bundle your home internet and mobile service.
So, what services do you have?
Me? I have BTC at home and on my phone.
Visit any BTC store to make the switch today.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, no activities in the tropics tonight, and that's due to the fact that we still have the strong upper-level wind shearing coupled with the Sahara dust, at least so we don't anticipate any development, at least over the next 5 days. Our satellite picture showing a mid-level trophy now over the extreme northwest Bahamas, and that's providing some showers and thunderstorms over parts of the northwest Bahamas, and that will remain in place for the next couple of days as it slowly moves towards the west. Our forecast for tonight calls for mainly clear and warm conditions. That's primarily here in the capital, but showers and thunderstorms can be expected around the Grand Bahama, Abaco, and the Bimini areas tonight through tomorrow. 79 degrees will be your low temperature, and tomorrow we're looking at partly sunny and breezy with a thunderstorm in parts of the area. 88 degrees for your high temperature tomorrow. The extended weather forecast, those shower activities isolated right into Saturday. And then come Sunday, we'll see a bit more sunshine in our forecast with drier conditions heading into the early part of next week. Pakishla.
Well, that does it for the Bahamas tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.